My blessings and love to you all. I am Aaron. We're actually recording August right after July. So the allergy symptoms are still here. I wish I could report to you it's a month later and it's all healed. You'll have to wait until next month for that. But it will happen. Last month, I spoke about the relationship between contraction and body diminishment, illness, aging, and so forth. When I say contraction, I mean held contraction, not the balanced contraction with which the body must live. Once the body ceases to lodge itself regularly in unbalanced contraction, it can not only heal back to where it was before the present distortion occurred, but it can heal beyond that, back into its wholeness. There's so much that your bodies can do, you have no idea. There's nothing wrong with you if you're not able to heal back in that way. That was not the original intention, only to use these challenging catalysts as learning experiences. But the body can heal. I want to use Barbara as an example here. I don't want to bring her back into the body to talk, so I will talk for her for a few minutes. When she first lost her hearing, the nerves that were damaged were several. The nerve from the ear to the brain that carries sound impulses, and also the nerves in the semicircular canal in the ear that control balance. Since those nerves were destroyed, she had no balance. For those first months, in the beginning, she literally had to crawl from one room to another in her house. She could not balance the first several weeks. Then she got to a point where she could balance, stand up and hold on to something. Challenging. Eventually, she developed a very stiff-legged gait, like you see sometimes in a toddler who is just learning to walk. Body tense, you can't see my feet here, but the feet. A lot of tension with every step. This is 45 years ago. The body had a long time to move into this kind of unbalanced distortion, and I would really say fear of falling. So she developed a habitual mode of walking that held the pelvis locked in, the knees locked in. She turned her feet outward, what you might call a duck walk. So she wobbled from side to side when she walked. This was her way of coping with imbalance. It did not occur to her to relax and find the balance right there with the imbalance. This is true whether we're talking about balance or lack of congestion in the sinuses, lack of allergy. We find the freedom from allergy right there with the allergy. Whether we're talking about grief and finding that which is not filled with grief, right there with the grief. Right there, that which is not afraid, right there with fear. We are not getting rid of anything. To get rid of something carries contraction. Rather, when we note with real honesty and compassion, here is fear, here is grief, here is anger, here is a lack of imbalance, here is body pain. And then we ask the question, right here with the pain, where is that which is not in pain? Right here with imbalance, where is that which is balanced? Some of you have read in Barbara's book, Cosmic Healing, her story of being on a retreat in Canada, in a place where there was a lot of snow, a 10-day retreat. During the night, I asked her to go outside, to dress warmly and go outside with her walking sticks to keep her balanced. Then to lay her walking sticks aside and stand. Her balance is from her eyes and from her feet on a firm surface. With the snow, there was no firm surface. In the middle of the night, with thick snow falling, there was no visual cue. She said, "Are it all fall?" I said, "Yes." She accepted my suggestion, went out into the snow, put her walking sticks aside, snow about thigh deep. So she plowed through 10 feet of snow from her door into the trees, laid her walking sticks aside, and fell. Of course, it was soft. I knew she would not hurt herself. She picked up the walking sticks, got herself standing up again. I said, "Now do it again." Falling, falling. She began to see, after a half-dozen repetitions of this, that falling was not the problem, but letting herself fall. What does it mean to fall? To let go of control. To simply allow the body to be as it is. Falling. She knew she was not going to hurt herself. She knew she could get up okay. The fear, she started to see it, was a very old fear of needing to be the one who was upright, who kept control of things, who could handle things. And that the deafness led her to a place, and the lack of balance led her to a place where there was fear. I won't be able to handle things. I won't hear what's said. I won't have balance. I won't be able to walk. And that rigidity impaired her ability to truly listen. The deafness was not important, to truly listen, to move freely, relaxing the contraction. She lay there in the snow after the 6th or 7th fall, just crying for a while, with compassion for this human who had found it so hard to be a human who could fall, who had to remain upright, to take care of herself and others. With that realization, two things happened. She began to hear people better, lip reading as she had before, but without the contraction that said, "Am I getting it all?" Just hearing, present. She was more able to be present with herself too, and with her emotions. And her balance began to improve. Because she was no longer afraid of, what if I fall? It wasn't a fear based on fear of physical injury, but not being the one who would fall. Fast forward now, perhaps 30 years. Again, practicing being present in the already perfect body and looking at the stiff, awkward gait that she had. how much body pain it brought. She had the good fortune to connect with a very skillful teacher of Feldenkrais method, but he goes way beyond that. His name is Dale Jensen, and I mention his name because with joy I will share with you that Barbara, Dale, and I will be co-creating a workshop through Deep Spring in September on just the topic I'm talking about today. Coming to know the inner balance and perfection, to allow the body to recognize and rest in that which is ever healed, and then to allow that ever healed to teach the outer body to recognize the ever healed, to live from the ever healed. I'm very much looking forward to the workshop, but I will not talk further about that today. I want to stay with this topic, knowing the ever healed. So Barbara began to see the ways she was habitually and unmindfully self-correcting the lack of balance with tension. And to ask, how else can I balance myself? And with our friends' guidance, to see the ways the body could move more skillfully, to begin to find the innate balance in the body. Certainly having Dale there was helpful. It's very helpful to have such a skilled guide to walk this with. But for those lacking such guidance, mindfulness is your guide. Become mindful of the contractions in the body. Begin to ask whether it's imbalance or chronic body pain in some part of the body, or whatever the ailment may be. Right here with this particular ailment, this pain in my neck, shoulders, back, this lack of balance, this anger, right here with this, where is that which is free of this? How can I more fully center and rest in that which is free, without so much identification with that which is caught? You can do it. I promise you, you can do it. There's a beautiful quote from the Buddha, from a sutra in which he's addressing some monks. He says, abandon the unwholesome. If it were not possible, I would not ask you to do it. Cultivate the wholesome. If it were not possible, I would not ask you to do it. Please take that into your hearts. Begin in this next month to look at some area of the body and mind, body or mind, which are caught in some unwholesome habitual pattern that cause pain for you and others, without trying to fix it. Not fix it. Not fix it. Just a heart open to it. Right here with this chronic pain, where is that which is not in pain? Right now, right here with this ongoing impatience, where is that which is patient? Right here with anger, where is that which is not anger? I'm not saying get rid of the impatience, get rid of the anger, get rid of the pain. No. Hold space with compassion for these, and instead of focusing only on this, while this is here, the pain, the anger, the impatience, where is that which is not in pain? Turn your head from staring at the pain and anger to looking at that which is free of pain, free of anger, which is joyful and open-hearted. Even just for a moment, begin to see how it feels. The second part of my instruction today, and I think we've covered this in a past Dharma dialogue, but I'll touch on it again. The beautiful practice of clear comprehension. I'll introduce only the first parts of this practice. Clear comprehension of purpose. What is my highest purpose? Here's the anger, and here's that which is free of anger. Is my highest purpose to perpetuate this anger, or to begin to open to that which is not anger? Is my highest purpose to perpetuate this terrible pain in my body, or to open to that which is free of pain? Be honest with yourself. Sometimes there is an intention to hold on to the anger because it seems to give you power. Sometimes there is an intention to hold on to pain for whatever reasons. But once you know that your highest purpose is to release things, then clear comprehension of suitability is what I am about to say or do, resonant with that highest purpose. If it's impatience, and I'm building on the story, my mind repeating over and over, impatience or anger, and my highest purpose is to be more loving, to open my heart, then repeating the stories is not conducive to opening to the highest purpose. It's as simple as that. If the highest purpose is to be free of body pain, then contracting the body in this way is not conducive to releasing the pain in the body. Clear comprehension of purpose, clear comprehension of suitability. And then we look at what choices we have. I can stay fixated on this. Even trying to fix it is a way of being fixated on it. Or I can change my focus to that which is innately whole and open and radiant and say, I choose this. And then ask for help. You may ask your gods for help. You may ask your friends. You may ask those who you see for different kinds of emotional or body healing. Help to support me in releasing that which I know is negative, but at this point you've made a clear decision. I'm ready to release it, or at least I'm beginning to be ready to release it. Rather than, no, I need to hold on to it. It's that I need to hold on to it that holds you back from opening to the innate healing and the experiencing of wholeness, which is your birthright. And I wish this for you, to know your wholeness. You are love. You can do it. If it were not possible, I would not ask you to do it. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak with you today.